what would you call someone who is cruel, unkind, or unprofessional to someone else simply because the other person is overweight? Sizeism, ableism, fat phobia. I suffered through it most of my life. Made fun of for being overweight, mistreated for being overweight. After my gastric bypass operation, which was a revision from a lap band, but it wasn't lap. Lap is short for laparoscopic. This was a full incision, got me from stem to stern multiple times because the port had to be replaced, etc. Not the port, the band itself. Anyway, after the gastric bypass, I was in bad shape. I woke up in the ICU, intensive care unit, yes. I had a hematoma. That's some huge bally infection at some point where they had surgeried me. And on antibiotics. I believe they sent me home too early, but it's possible, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, that I was sent home so that if something went wrong, you know, like me expiring, it could be blamed on my action or inaction. Should have gone to the emergency room, wasn't following directions, was non-compliant. Well, look at the size of her. She had a death wish, because those are the things that were said about me. Anyway, after the surgery, after the bypass, woke up in ICU, sent home too early, was in pain and feverish, asked my mother, please bring me back to the emergency room, where they pretty much said, well, what do you want us to do for you? I'm like, please admit me so that I can be treated by my surgeon in the morning. Please help me. I'm weak. I have a fever. I know I have an infection. I'm in pain. Please help me. Well, I mean, it's not like we can reach your surgeon in the middle of the night. I understand, but he will be here in the morning and so will I. So please, I don't know how we begged them to admit me. Like, why did I have to beg? I needed help. Okay, so, you know, when you're admitted in the middle of the night, the floor that's receiving you might not be too happy to see you because they've just added a patient, a difficult post-op patient. Though, was I really difficult? I was a doormat. I, I would bend over backwards to not be an inconvenience, but I was in desperate need of help. So the RN who came into my room while I'm stimming back and forth, making little noises and shivering, she says, well, tell me, what are you feeling? You know, what's going on? I can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on. What do you need? Like, really mean and impatient. I said, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. Like, I was woozy. I was feverish. She said, well, can you be more specific? I said, I have a fever and I'm in pain and I feel weak. Please. It's not like she was kind to me even after that. I don't remember what she came back with. Probably Tylenol. I don't know what they came back with. Nothing of consequence. Maybe an antibiotic. I don't know what they gave me. So when in prior videos I say I never want to be that fat again, it's because I don't want to be treated like that again. And no, I'm not going to take up a picket sign and campaign for the better treatment of fat people. I tried that. If you are part of the fat acceptance or body positivity club, you are frowned upon if you talk about weight loss. I'm not saying everyone. There are reasonable people within that circle that will say, look, you want to lose weight because you want to feel better and you believe it makes you healthier. That's fine. Then they'll follow it up with, but don't talk about it here. Like, don't, not in our group, or don't, hashtag body positivity. Like, you can't sit at our lunch table if you're going to talk about losing weight. Okay. So what lunch table can I sit at? Where's my lunch table? How did a lunch table get so big? Where do I sit? With the weight loss crowd? Because if you're not working out 5 times a week and sticking with some whatever, diet or eating plan, and you're not stepping on the scale to show progress, they can be really unkind as well. I don't know where my lunch table is. I am working hard to be happy, healthy, whole, sane, to be spiritually enriched, to give back to the world with my talent. And it's hard. I don't have a spouse. I don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend or anything. I have my lovely and devoted and loyal friends. I have very good friends. And I have a supportive family. Not my mother. I'm supportive to her. If I never saw her again, she might wonder, where's my daughter been? Or have one of her aides text me to, pick up her latest whatever that she wants. Today it was Boost. The protein drink. She wanted Boost. I'm like, well, it's a holiday, so I don't know what's open, but Amazon's always open. I got her Boost. But I have extended family. Niece, nephew, nephews, cousins, godson. Like, I have wonderful people in my life, and they are very supportive. But there was a time when I would walk out into the world and be mistreated just because of my size. Now, how do I know it was my size? Well, I'm a very pleasant, reasonable, almost doormatty, as I said before, person. So it's not like I'm difficult or even normal and drawing boundaries. And the more weight I lost over time, the nicer people were to me. I was not imagining that. I am not as dismissed or infantilized when somebody treats you like an infant or talked down to at the doctor's office any longer, because I'm like normal fat. I was death fat before. Yes, they call it morbid obesity. So in fat acceptance circles, they make fun of that by calling it death fat. But I was indeed death fat, because I would have died by now, I'm sure. Fatness doesn't kill you. It's the comorbidities that will. Mine was type 2 diabetes, out of control blood sugar, the terrorizing high blood sugar. I don't want to tell you that you have to change your body somehow in order to get people to be kind to you. People should be kind, respectful, and compassionate, whether you're 100 pounds or 600 pounds. Should be. So here's what I would give as advice. How do you feel about yourself? Because as angry as you can get at society for having expectations of you to be of a healthier weight, yes, I said it, healthier. You're going to click off because I said weighing less might be healthier if you're in the 400-pound range? Yeah, it might be. Do you feel you're healthy at such a large size? Are you really just reflecting a lot of increasingly large, and by that I don't mean the group is growing, even though it might be. I mean these people are gaining weight and dancing around in spite of how fat they're getting. free, be free. Yeah, be free, be free. Of course, be free, be free. You can dance around in a bikini all you want. I don't care. But what you're doing is telling me that I'm somehow bigoted because I say, look at yourself. How do you feel? Do you believe you would feel better and feel healthier and be healthier at a different weight? Honestly, though, honestly, put all the dancing fat, pro body positivity rhetoric aside. How do you feel? That's what I thought. And that's what other people pick up on. Now, is fat prejudice real? Absolutely. Do I feel like those people were mean to me because of my size? Yes, because they label me as a lazy addict, death wish, whatever. I mean, I had just gone through a gastric bypass that almost killed me because it was a reversal of a gastric band. So obviously I was trying to get help and do better. But maybe the people who are treating these patients, well, at the time, this is 2006, the world is different now, believe that if you've gotten that fat, then you don't care about yourself, so why should they? So when we step out into the world, if we deep down believe we would be better off weighing less, the feelings will be reflected right back to us. If you walk out into the world in a super fat body, how's super fat? That's an expression, the super fats. And deep down, you feel like you would be healthier, 100 plus pounds lighter. Don't expect the world to fill in your self-esteem for you. It won't. The world will not reassure you that you're fine just the way you are. You might find that in body positivity circles, but that's not where we circulate. That's not where we work. That's not where we shop. That's not where we get our health care. That's not where we go outside for a walk. We walk out in a world that looks down on fat people as if we're lazy, antisocial, addicts, losers. People who really are very confident and believe that they are just fine, just the way they are, that gets reflected back on them. I did not feel just fine the way I was at 400 plus pounds. I didn't. I felt terrible. Could barely walk. Could barely breathe. I had pneumonia twice. I knew I had an issue with food. I knew I had to find recovery. And I went out into the world looking for some compassion and kindness, especially from healthcare people. One would think, right? That would be the place to find the compassion and kindness and gentleness. There were exceptions and there were some kind people. Yes, but too many made me feel like I deserved to die. Well, guess what? I didn't die. And I will pray that I can forgive you for how you mistreated me because of my size.